What's the deal, y'all? I'm back with another one, gang. And I started the other video late, so I'm still going, you feel me, give y'all that, and y'all still gonna hear my opinions before this opinion. And this is a burnt out situation, man. This is trash. This is tragic. Um so for those y'all that don't know what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. I just covered it, just gave y'all a little bit of my opinion on that, and I was gonna give y'all the order of, I still give y'all the order on everything. So I'm about to give y'all my opinion on this. Now, with this news that just dropped, it stated that Ryan Garcia has tested positive for PEDs, which is basically enhancement drugs, steroids, or whatever it is um, that they said they found in his system the day before the fight and the day of the fight. So, um, to break it down, uh, on how it works, I'm not sure exactly how the testing works, but I know you get tested throughout the training and all that. And he did not, he passed every other test except it shows from what he posted, he shows all clean tests until 2 weeks before the fight. So that looks suspicious. So if you did that, Ryan Garcia, man, that's trash, my boy. You really had people out here vouching for you. You really had people on your side, and that's weak, bro. That's really weak, my boy. Like that's really weak, bro. And you got people out here vouching for you. You feel me? You out here pressing, um, positivity in your religion. Um, you pushing that forward. You have people that believed in you and people that trusted you. You know what I'm saying? So if that's true, then I'm not. I don't. I can't mess with you, my boy. That's over with. I would not be a fan because that's just trash. That's weak. You feel me? I'm like I was barely, not barely, but I had hope for you. You feel me? And you feel me? I was just, you was close to the area that I lived at and grew up in, and you feel me? That was good. To have an experience like that. You probably boxed at some of the gyms I trained at or fought at and all that. So with that being said, let's get into the details of everything. But I just have to say that first. But there is a lot of stuff that looks very suspicious and very weird. And it's always something that's connected with something on both sides. So what does look very strange is the people that tested him or saying that the test came back is people that Devin Haney is close to. You feel me? And he has connections with them, and the people that he has the connection with has a very bad reputation when it comes down to these type of situations with these drug tests and all of this stuff. They have been, you know, uh, in situations like this before where they've been accused of doing false and some crazy, some weird stuff and making false tests and all of these different things. So that's where it's a wobbler. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, if Haney did that just so he can keep his record clean, you weird, bro. You weird. You super weird. Like you feel me? That whole situation, and you need to get out of boxing for real. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that. So now this is my take over the match and what I think should happen. So for Devin Haney, if you feel like that's what it was that made him win, running back, run that fade back, because that's what Kodos did when he fought. What's his name? Was it Margarito? when he had the basically the stuff that they put on cast inside of his hand wraps, and Koto's lost, but he was like he was beat up real bad. He was like, hell no, nah, something ain't right about this, dog. They found out, and guess what Koto did? He said, man, I know this, man. I knew he can't. This nigga ain't on my level at no type of way. So I need my fade back on me. And guess what? He went in there, he beat him down. So that's what I suggest for you, Haney, if that's the case. But to keep it all the way real to me, I feel like that wasn't the reason why Haney lost. I don't feel like that's the reason why Haney lost. To be 100, I don't agree with none of that, and none of the drugs and cheating and all that. I don't agree with steroids or none of that. But I don't feel like that's the reason why Haney lost. I feel like the reason Haney lost is because he got caught because he was dropping that hand and he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. As a boxer, he wasn't fighting his fight, and Ryan Garcia literally was fighting the fight that he was supposed to fight and won and beat him. He caught him. He stayed on him, even though Haney was still doing good throughout the rest of the fight. So we cannot say that's why he lost. I don't believe the strength. I don't believe that strength had played a part in why Devin Haney lost. Point blank. I feel like he got caught early and never got it back, but strength could have played a part in him landing that punch. But him landing a punch was lack of Devin Haney defending his chin. That's what I feel. And it don't, you feel me? And if he was on some steroids, he still looked weak. Ryan Garcia didn't look that strong because that would be some terrible steroids. I mean, or it didn't work for him like they think, because the same power that he used to crack Haney is the same power he used that in hand that he used to crack and knock out all his other opponents. And if he never had a dirty test before this, then that was just how the fight played out. He got cracked early, couldn't get back to it. But if the strength had something to do with it, it still was him being caught. Because I feel like if he would have had his hand covering that chin, it wouldn't have affected him as much if he was on steroids or not. I don't think it would have affected him as much. I think Devin Haney got caught with that shot, and that threw his whole fight off because he was defending wrong. First of all, he was defending, and Ryan Garcia was throwing a right hand also. Ryan Garcia was catching him with the right and the left. So, and he was throwing that off jab to the hook. So I feel like that's what won Ryan Garcia the fight, point blank. But what people are saying is those shots wouldn't have been as powerful, I guess. But I don't believe that. I mean, I think if I think he would have knocked him out cold all the way if that was the case, unless he held back knowing that he was on him. So it's a tricky situation. And I don't feel like that's why Devin Haney lost. I feel like Devin Haney lost because he didn't do what he was supposed to do skill wise. And as a boxer, he still needs new trainers. He needs to add to his training, and he needs to figure out, you know, he can still have his dad in there, but I feel like he needs to figure out uh, what he needs to add to his game so he can add to his skills. Not just his father. He needs other trainers. He needs somebody to really be right there one on one with him and show him what he's doing wrong so that he don't. Even though it's been successful for these other fights, I feel like he can still work on that. You can always get better. So that's what I feel personally. I don't feel like that had nothing to do with it, but just if that is true, just Ryan Garcia even attempting to do that is some you know some with shit. I still cussed. I'm trying not to cuss because I guess the first 10 minutes it's been I got 30 more seconds than I can actually speak how I want to. But that's what I feel, and yeah, that's what it is. I don't feel like Haney's skills that night was going to change the outcome of the fight. I don't think that if he was on drugs, that that changes the outcome of the fight. I feel like Haney being caught changes the outcome of the fight. But then again, the strength comes in. So that could play a part too. And then you have to think about it. If they're saying they tested him the day before, but every other test was clean, how long does it really take for these drugs to kick in and really have an effect, like really strong wise? Like if somebody's not taking drugs or steroids and then they take it one day, that means your strength just boosted tremendously. I thought you still have to work with that type of stuff or, build on it. I have no clue about steroids or stuff like that. So I wouldn't be able to tell y'all, but I mean, I would assume that if you're taking some type of muscle enhancers, that you have to work on your muscles also. You feel me? And they say the type that it was is that it's supposed to make him lose weight but keep his muscles. And he weighed in at 143 his last fight at a catch weight, and then weighed in the same here. So that's why I feel like something is fishy. I don't know. I don't think something is fishy, and either way it goes, this make Haney look weak if he don't run it back. And I already feel suspicious about Haney. Anyways, he's not who how they make him seem. He's a good fighter, but I don't believe that he's an elite fighter. He's just an above average boxer, and that's what I believe. So yeah, man, I don't know. I hope that ain't true. If it is true, Ryan, you need answers. You got a whole lot of answers. You owe people money, all of that. People bet on you. I mean, but I feel like you want to fight skills wise, regardless. So I feel like if you bet, you still bet on the right person. But if that's the case, Ryan, you have to give him his fade back, and Devin Haney has to accept that fade. Because honestly, you didn't lose nothing. Haney's still the champion. He still got paid. The only thing that I feel like he's trying to do is keep that on his name. But no matter what, everybody's still gonna see that loss. Um, Mayweather, even if he got caught like that, and he told people how he needed them to come in. That's the reason why he made them test the way he did, because Mayweather is not no dummy. People can say whatever they want about him, but he's not a dummy. And he made sure that the playing field was fair. And and when he did get caught with those shots that he got caught with, and he was wobbled, guess what? He took them and he adjusted and he went in there and he did what he had to do to get the victory and whoop people. So this is any time to prove that he's really like that. And if he doesn't, then hey, there's no point in complaining about nothing that you was gonna lose regardless, because now you gonna have to fade somebody else too. Now, if they got that strength without steroids, they already know your flaws. So you still have to work on your abilities, point blank. So yeah, man, that's my take on it. I hope it's not true. And yeah, man, let's get this together. Let's do this the right way. That's the reason why it's boxing. That's why it's a professional sport. Because Ryan, you was unprofessional throughout this whole thing, but that was a part of your tactic. So I understand that part of it. But if you had to take some steroids to do that, or drugs or whatever it is, that's out, my boy. And you need to get your shit together, bro. And honestly, you're gonna lose a lot of fans. All that stardom that you had, that's going out the window. All of that. So you better stand on 10 toes, and you better really be for real, bro. Because niggas is really vouching for you and all that, bro. And niggas really had your back. You feel me? And the way you're replying to it is kind of fishy. The timeline looked kind of fishy. But then again, on Haney part, it looks fishy too. It just looked like a whole bunch of bullshit going on between both of y'all. And y'all been knowing each other this long and fighting this many times that this shit has just been a straight head up fight, point blank. But yeah, man, I stand on that. And that's what I need y'all to do is stand on y'all business, bro. And that's my take on that. Love y'all. Gang.